welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ann and this is All the Budgeting. On this channel, I do paycheck cash stuffings, side hustle cash stuffings, cash condensings, and then I always close out my budget every month, which includes a net worth calculation. So if that is interesting to you, I do hope that you consider subscribing, liking, commenting, all of those things. Okay, so today I am closing out my May budget. I apologize for my voice. I do have a little bit of a cold, a little bit of a cough, so it is making me a little more gravelly than normal, but yeah, it is what it is. So, okay, so I always start out my closeout with my monthly closeout sheets. And so this is available in my digital planner, which is in my Etsy shop. I do also have it available as a printable. And so I start off looking at what I started each envelope with and what I'm ending and what the difference is, just so I can see how the month went. Okay, so emergency started with 700 and is ending with 550, 600. So I obviously had to dip into that a bit this month. So that went down 100. Health started with 200, ending with 250. So up 50. Extra week started with 200 and is ending fully funded, so that means there's 300 in there. Home maintenance started with 290, ending with 300. Home improvement started with 130, ending with 100. So that went down 30. Car maintenance started with 185, ending with 210.15. So that went up 30. Pet care started empty and is ending with $30. So up 30. And then electronics started with 140, ending with 150.70. So up 30. So moving on to priority 2. This cold just started yesterday, which is fun. Okay, so these first few envelopes, I don't track the starting and ending because they're kind of revolving spending. Okay, so subscriptions. So that started with $9.55 and is ending with 50 plus 40 plus 180 plus 650 plus 20, 40, 60, 80, 95. So that is ending with 1,015. And so that went up 60. Extra debt started with 680, ending with 1,210.15. I've had a bunch of things come up unexpectedly. And while that's not what this money was intended for, I can't ignore that I have this money sitting there and, you know, I need to dip into it sometimes. So I definitely don't want to because it is intended to pay off my bankruptcy early, but it is what it is. So, okay, so that went down 465. Okay, vacation started with 95, ending with 125. So that went up 30. Christmas started with 135, ending with 150.65. So that went up 30. Holiday dinner started with 190, ending with 1220. And that went up 30. Gifts started with 260 and is ending with 50, 100, 150. Yep, 150. So that went down 110. I thought I had money and moms. Nope. Okay. I did have 2 birthdays in May, so that's what happened there. All right. Priority 3, entertainment started with 5 and is ending with 10. So that went up 5. Close started with 110, ending with 110.15. So also went up 5. Beauty started with 50, ending with 55. Miscellaneous started with 5, ending with 10. Planner stuff started with 5, also ending with 10. Crafting started with 55, ending with 60. And 1 month ahead started with 55, also ending with 60. And then, oops. In my business binder, taxes started with 590, ending with 5, 6, 650, 660, 665. So that went up 75. Subscriptions started with 2,873, ending with 90, plus 97, plus 40, plus 70, plus 150, plus 300, plus 300, plus 80, plus 200, plus 90, plus 120, plus 90, plus 49, plus 97, plus 800. Okay. So yeah, I had my LLC renewed, so I spent 300 out of that. So it went down 25, it's now 2573. So that went down 300. Solo ads started with 315, ending with 60. So that went down 255. Paid ads started with 215, ending with 60. So that went down 155. And then tools and services started with 220 and is now empty. So that went down 220. Okay, so at the start of the month, I had a total of 8,658 in my envelopes. And so I'm going to speed this part of the video up and add up my ending balances to see where we are. So I will be right back. Okay, so I am ending with 7,533. So 8658 minus 7533. So that meant I had a total reduction of 1,125, which, you know, I never like for my envelopes to go down, but it is life. And that's why I budget this way, so that I do have this money put aside to be used for different purposes. Sometimes it's not always the purpose it was intended for, but at least if the money is there, I'm not going into debt for it, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to circle this amount. And I'm going to come over here to my net worth. Okay, so last month my net worth was $259,736. And so starting with my assets, so as we just saw in my envelopes, I have a total of $7,533. My estimated home value based on Zillow.com is $262,700. My estimated trade-in value of my car based on Kelley Blue Book is $18,800. And I currently have $126,373 in my 401k. So let's total these up. So 7,533 plus 262,700 plus 18,800 plus 126,373. Okay, so my total assets comes to 415,406. And now if we come over to my liabilities, my current balance owed on my Chapter 13 bankruptcy is $15,915. My, excuse me, principal owed on my mortgage is $113,492. I have $15,595 in a 401k loan. I took that out to help fund some business things. And then I owe $3,183 to my medical network. This is interest-free, and so I will work on paying that off at some point, but it's not a huge priority because I'm not being charged interest for it, although I do have to make a monthly payment, obviously. Okay, so let's total these up. So 15,915 plus 113,492 plus 15,595 plus 3183. Okay, so my total liabilities comes to 148,185. So to get my new net worth, I'm going to subtract my liabilities from my assets. So 415,406 minus 148,185. Okay, so my new net worth is $267,221. So despite my envelopes going down more than $1,000, my net worth went up. So to get the amount changed, I'm going to subtract last month's net worth from this month. So 267,221 minus 259,736. Okay, so that went up, unbelievably, 7,485. And to get the percentage change, I'm going to take the amount change and divide it by last month's net worth. So 74.85 divided by 259,736. So that was a 3% increase in my net worth. So this is why I really stress the importance of, excuse me, calculating your net worth. And if you don't have a house, if you don't, if you have more debt, I understand that that sounds daunting and that sounds like that's going to hurt you more than help you mentally. But you never know, right? Like if you just go off of what you have in your envelopes or what you have in your savings or whatever, I could have, if I just was basing how I felt about my overall progress on my envelopes. I would feel like last month or this month was a fail, right? Because I spent more than $1,000 in my envelopes, and I no longer have that money. But then I do something like this, and I see that, okay, it did go up. And when I say to you, when I started this process, when I started budgeting this way, and you could go back to my very first video on this channel, it is my debt confession, and I talk about all of this, right? So when I first started budgeting this way starting with the end of 2021, okay? At the beginning of 2022, I had a negative net worth, okay? It was a negative like 1,000 something, I can't remember. But it was a negative net worth. I owed more money than I was worth. And now we're midway through 2025, and I now have a net worth of more than $250,000. I mean, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that happening. I fully credit this method of budgeting for that. And, watching that progress along the last 3.5 years, has been really exciting to me and has really helped keep me motivated and really wanting me to continue with this method of budgeting. I could be making this amount of money every week, and I still would budget this way. There would just be more in those envelopes, but I will budget this way forever now. I really encourage, if you are not doing this, to do it. And this net worth calculation, I may have this, I can't remember now, I may have this as just a standalone printable in my Etsy shop. But if not, it's in there as part of, one of my bundles anyway. Or you don't even need this specific sheet, right? Just write down your assets, write down your liabilities, and add them up. So I really, really encourage you to do that. So, all right, so that does it for this video. Next up will be my first paycheck stuffing for June. So, all right, hope you're having a great week.